Hello, this is Jordan with Elisa Vij, and I'm here with...
Laura.
All right, and then what did you do today?
I got 8th place with the Tier Women's Horse Fiendsmith.
Okay. And how did you perform today with that?
I went 5-2, and my one loss was to just shifter game 3, and the other was to drawing just absolutely horrendously last round of game 1.
Okay. All right. And do you have any shout-outs for me?
Shout out to Khalil, my boyfriend.
Okay.
Shout out to the Lafayette locals. Just everyone there. They're fantastic.
Awesome. Let's get into it.
So for the monsters, for the tier cards, it was 3 Rhino Hearts, one of each of the fusers, and 3 tier cash. This is really standard at this point. It's your only monster, so you have to play them. For the spells, I went kind of heavy with the tier spells. So it was 3 Purple Rhino, 3 Scream, and 2 Grief. Grief was really, really good for me today. It performed really well. Just either as an extender or just something to draw or mill and recur a trap.
Right. It beat me. I had the Mourner and I just couldn't beat you.
And then for the traps, it's 2 Solic and 1 Meta Noise.
Okay.
I think it's important to actually play 2-1 at the very least instead of like 3 of this. Because 1, this is just a different mill, so it's another additional effect you can get. But 2, you have the option to switch up your end board interruptions. So like some matchups you might just want to put a guy face down so they don't have a monster on field to use.
Okay.
Instead of just negating something. For the Fiendsmith stuff, it's kind of light, but I mean it's 3 Engraver, 1 Lurie, and 1 Tract.
Fair.
The 1 Tract was fine. Like I never felt like I needed more than 1. I milled it once, and then I just ended up banishing it to fuse with these. So like, it just really didn't matter.
Sounds good.
And then the horse cards, 3 Insetti, 1 Happy, and 2 Kingstar. And then the field spell.
How did you like that?
This part was actually crazy for me today. The fact that Foolish Burial Goods can access any of your engines was just fantastic. Beatrice too, because
Beatrice goes crazy.
And then obviously at the end there the 3 Burial Goods. This card is just such good utility in this deck because it searches the tier cards. Like it searches your field spell and an Aqua, which means that by itself it's Kaleido plus a trap plus field spell. So even if you like run out of everything, you still have that available, right?
Okay.
Then 1 call by. I drew it once today, I think. And then 2 shufflers. I think it's kind of important to be playing at least 1 shuffler right now. A lot of the time I would end up just siding 1 out. But in the main, it's really nice to have these available game 1 for those awkward drawing games or like just tearing apart your opponent's graveyard when they try to rebuild their board.
Is a good Beatrice dump?
Oh yeah, very good. And then the awkward cards, the Rainbow Bridge, because it turns Beatrice or Burial Goods into any of your engines. The Garnet for that. Trivia Karma because it searches all of your tier spell traps. And then 1 Black Goat, because with Burial Goods you can just use, with Burial Goods or Beatrice, you just use this to spot turn off whatever problem card is on the board.
Okay. Yeah, that card's crazy too.
Yeah, that was this was also surprisingly good for me today.
And how many was that in main?
It's 42. It's a not super big main deck, but you know. For the extra, it's 1 Requiem, 1 of the Moon Goddess, 1 Sequence, 1 Sprint, and 1 SP.
Shiny.
You really just like have to play these, like all of them. I don't think you can arguably cut any of them. They're just all so good. They all came up a ton today.
I believe it, especially with Sprint, the sequence.
Sprint and sequence is absolutely insane. Then for the XYZs, Beatrice, Caesar, and Zombie Vampire. I ended up making this a lot more than expected today and last week at Houston, just because if someone has a Bestial, they're going to use it on the engine before you get to this. But if they're really greedy and they hold it for like the tier names because they're all limited, you can get to this and then it turns off all their Bestials and Nib. So it's just really, really good. And this is obviously standard for the Horus cards.
And how do you think the deck will be with the Beatrice ban?
I definitely think it needs some restructuring. It does change a lot of what you can play for it. And then for the fusions, obviously the standard ones, these 3. Then Necroquip, Lacrima and Desiree, rest in peace, buddy. You're going away forever.
No more free burn.
And then best card in the deck, Kaleido Heart. The issue I had with this build when I was testing is just like this extra is so inflexible. Like you really
everything is basically set.
You
it's
kind of
on.
have to play all of these, like except for arguably this. And even then, it's not like you can fit in a Bahamut Toad in that one spot. And then for the side, I was on 4 Bestials. They were fine. They were the most use I got out of them was just putting them back from Mud Dragon. 3 Mulcharmy, I literally did not draw it all day. 3 Droplets, 1 Heartbeat, and then a Riceful Height.
Oh, no, that one's nice.
This is for Tenpai. Again,
also, you don't die.
I played 1 Tenpai, and the game, it would have mattered. I got shifted. And then for the last 3, Blue Tears, D-Barrier, and Eradicator. This was for stun and stuff, but it just never came in because it didn't play into that.
That one's for me.
This is for you. This came against you. This came against the Tenpai, and it really didn't come up at all today. Like I think I just ended up milling this and just inert for the rest of the game. But all in all, this deck is really, really fun. I mean, it kind of sucks that obviously this is like the last real chance to play it. But the way that all the engines flow into each other is just so cool. I had a fantastic time playing it.
I believe it. I miss tier so much. All right, I appreciate it. Signing.